moist. Moist. Engine has 16 spark plugs, this many. There's 4 down here, 4 up there, 4 up there, 4 down on the other side. 16, look, here they are. I'm not lying. These are all brand new. These are the ones that were like, you know, fresh from the dealership. So, we're going to swap them. I do want to clean this engine block. I know the compressor's loud. Much better. So I got these in because that compressor, I don't use air that often, but when I do, I like it. That's my favorite tool, by the way, is that Whizzy disc. I love that thing. My absolute favorite tool of all tools that I have. That's my favorite one. Anywho, I was telling you out there, 16 spark plugs in this Ford 6.2 liter. So we've got 16 plugs. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you do Common Core math, that's 16. We're gonna put them all in there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stab everything in there right now, and that block was clearly like in the mud. Something. Must have been in a 4x4 truck that was playing around in the mud with some trucker, hillbilly guy in there, you know, because that's all that owns Fords anyways, are hillbillies and people that like abuse. So, you know, we're gonna go ahead and put all these iridium plugs. I think they're iridium or platinum. Platinum. I think these are platinum. Motocraft is what I'm putting back in there. This is a cell pack. These are SP526X or SP526. It's the same thing. Either way you look at it, it doesn't change. So 16 of these. We're gonna stab the 4 in the side right now. By we, I mean me. This guy. It's me, Mario. I'm gonna put the actually, I believe that was never actually said in the game. I don't think that was actually ever said in there. Anywho, saw that somewhere on something, on one of the Google machine things that bleep loops that tells you that stuff isn't true. But I'm gonna put all those in the side. Then I'm gonna set the block down, and I might get the pressure washer out ahead of time and shoot everything underneath. But then I'm gonna set the block down, and I'm gonna take the bracket that we made off of there. I'm gonna clean all that intake surface, and I'm gonna stab the other 8 spark plugs into those holes, and then we'll go to town and we'll pressure wash everything real good, and we're gonna get that engine fully prepared to go into the truck. I know this has been a long going project. I gotta work still, guys. I still have a full-time gig, you know, that I gotta do something for. I'm still trying to figure that out, but I still got a full-time gig. So we do this thing when we can, and right now we can. So we're gonna do the next little steps to get us to where we need to be. I'm gonna stay hydrated because it's getting warm out already. Dang near 90 degrees. February, what is it, 27th? Dang it. What do you guys think of the new shirts, by the way, huh? Oh, look at that. You guys like them? Let us know down below what you think. We might produce more of these and make them available somewhere, somehow, some way. Let us know if you want one. Maybe we'll make them available for you guys. That'd be kind of cool, huh? But for now, you get to watch me wear one. No, you're not jealous. I know. I get it. All right, let's go put spark plugs in because we're just wasting time. All right. Yep. Start on this side. Got ourselves a little bit of anti-sneeze. You want to make sure you put anti-sneeze on these things, especially when you got like this, you know, metal, steel stuff going into, you know, aluminum stuff. Ford is really well known for this stuff getting stuck. And, you know, half the time, if you don't take them out right, you take all the threads with you. And not the threads off the spark plug. No, we're dripping everywhere. But the threads off the head. And, it's not really what you want. You know, it's never a good idea to take the threads with you. You just got to leave them behind. And how do you take them off the right way? By taking them off the wrong way with an impact gun. Doesn't have to be a high-powered one. Just get your little, you know, 3/8 drive DeWalt impact gun, you know, because it's weaker than the Milwaukee apparently, according to everybody. Whatever. Don't care. I just hammer them off, man. If it seems like it's binding on you, then back off a little bit. Slow it down. The best way I've found to get spark plugs out of an aluminum head is with an impact. Especially on that 5.4 liter that likes to, you know, really hang on to all the threads. Likes to take them all with it, you know, because the spark plug's too long for the cylinder hole and they get carboned up. What I found is with an impact gun. You bang on them, it knocks the carbon off. So, that's what I do. I've been doing that for years. Is that the right way to do spark plugs? Nope. But has it worked ever since I've been doing it? Yep. The right way or wrong way, it's a way. And it works. So if you're working on something with aluminum heads, maybe you should try that. You know, grab a little Impacto and get them off of there. A little 5/8 socket on it, you know. Just hammer away. Put a chrome socket on it so you can feel better about yourself. You know? I don't know. Whatever. Whatever works for you, you know. Point is, get them off of there. And get them off of there clean. This thing's got a lot of dirt in here. With this brand new, beautiful valve cover. Look at this thing. How much was that thing? Like, way too much? Yeah, it was way too much. Junkyard broke the valve cover. And the one on the truck, well, the whole reason we're doing this is because something decided to go through the valve cover. The whole reason we're doing this in the first place. And lo and behold, it was the same valve cover on both of them, so we couldn't reuse anything. So here we are, swapping it out with a new one. If you don't have one of these fun little doodabber tools here, you can use a piece of hose. Works every time. Just get yourself some fuel line and a little length of it. What's nice about these is that you don't have to worry about what the angle of the dangle is on this, because it'll find itself. The rubber is flexible, unlike me. It's flexible. So you can kind of come in any angle, and the threads will grab themselves, and the hose will move. You know, you can come way down here if you wanted to and do it. It doesn't matter. It's, you know, up here. The hose will do its thing. And we're gonna snug them up. And we just get them started. You're not gonna cross thread anything with a hose. Oh, that one missed. Oh. But you are gonna get it in the hole. Sometimes that's all that matters, you know? And no, I'm not checking gap on these because they come factory gapped. I did get Motocraft, and they come factory gapped. I could check them all, but these are the sensitive ones, like the iridiums and the platinums. They're sensitive little butterflies, and not much you can do about adjusting gap on them anyways without potentially damaging the little tip on them. So I just trust that the factory got it right. Again, with enough years of doing this, I really haven't found any that are wrong when you get the right part numbers. Copper ones are a little bit different. Those you want to definitely make sure you're checking the gap on them, because a lot of those came just to fit, and they weren't necessarily gapped to that engine. They fit a lot of different engines. And now we have these fancy ones that have these expensive breakable tips on them and all that. So, I'm going to throw a little socket on these, not with an impact. I know I just said use an impact. That's for taking them out. Putting them in, we're going to use some elbow torque. And here's a guy learning where his tools are in the new toolbox. That's the wrong one. See? Told you. Still don't know where anything is in here. And I'm the one to put it all together. What are you going to do, you know? At least we have them. And they're here. Where'd the spark plugs go? Nope. Click. Perfect. You guys know the torque settings. Right to the click. So your elbow pops. They don't have to be super tight, just snug. You guys know that. I don't know why I'm even telling you. More importantly, our bracket's holding together. This hasn't fallen on my foot yet. And we all know, well, my family knows how much I like to break my toes and drop stuff on my feet. That's why I don't wear steel toes. Forces me to go to a doctor. You know? But we're just gonna put some sparkulators in here, clean this up, and get this all prepared for the new one to go in, and then we're gonna start tearing the old stuff out. You guys have already probably seen by now we have the front end all torn apart. I just gotta pull the 17 radiators out of it, and then well, get the old engine out. That's gonna be the fun part, because when you look up the specs on how long it takes to do this engine, they ask you with or without removing the cab. And it's about a 5-hour difference between the two. 5 hours less if you pull the cab, and we're not pulling the cab. Yeah. Should be fun. So let me clean this up. We'll show you guys everything when we're done. How about that? Catch me outside. Yeah. Okay, now we clean. What I'm trying to do is tilt this engine a little bit. There's a drain hole back here because the engine sits at an angle in the truck. And I just want it to drain all the water out. That'll work. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Alright, just give you guys an update of what I'm doing here and why. We put rags in all the holes in the intake and it stops some of the water, but not all of it. We do live in Arizona. I could just leave this thing alone. It's warm enough that all the water will evaporate out, but you know, we're gonna do the right thing and actually do the right thing. I'm gonna go ahead and pull all these lower spark plugs back out. I'm gonna rotate the engine a few times just to get any water, because I noticed when I was a couple of the closed valves and I was blasting them, water was shooting out, so it tells me some other water got in with the open valves. So I'm gonna do the right thing. I'm gonna pull all the plugs, spin this engine over a few times, and then we'll spend a little bit of time and we'll finish cleaning up all the water jackets and all that stuff to make sure that this is fully ready to go in. There's a couple other hoses I need to pull off and things, but we got her fairly clean. I mean, good enough for government work, I think. Maybe we'll get underneath and shoot it a little bit underneath here, but I think we're good enough. So we're gonna do that real quick. Little sparkulators coming out, bar it over, See if we get any moisture out of it. Moist. Moist. Yeah, I said it. What? Get some water out of it. I love how there's no longer timing marks on engines. They're great. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Oh, by the way, in case you're wondering, that crank bolt's a 21 mil. And that sun is really bright. Right in the peepers. If I were to go right here, we'd be okay. But right here, holy hell, what is wrong with you? Somebody needs to turn off that bright light in the sky. You know? Just saying. It's bright. But yeah, 21 mil. Crank it around. We saw a little bit of juice come out, so now we're gonna put all those sparkulators back in. You know, the ones I put in, and then I just took out. We're gonna put them back in for good. We're done. And we'll set this thing down, and I think we're just about prepared. Except for that one hose clamp that I see I need to get off of there. Dang it, there's always one more. And then I think we're about prepared to go tear all the 1,500 radiators out of the truck. That's always a lot of fun. Good times, had by one and all.